Yeah. Come on. Welcome.
Good afternoon. Sean Hicks coming at you here. A little midday money on a Friday, the 27th of January. Welcome on into the show. As always, in the YouTube and Facebook group here, the Believe link is out there for you to enjoy because we're all over the podcast atmosphere. So come give it a follow. Why wouldn't you want to give it a follow? It's not that hard to do. Get on it. Apple, Amazon, Stitcher, whatever. All the channels. You know how this goes, folks. Twitter, Mr. Sean Higgs. I threw out a bunch of player props. Again, no show tomorrow. I had mentioned it yesterday. So no show Saturday unless Tim wants to come in. He's more than welcome to. But I know he does his own stuff sometimes on a Saturday. So got some things going on. It happens. But I'll be back for Championship Sunday. I know normally it's 7 days a week, holidays included. But sometimes you got to do some other things. And that's what we're going to do tomorrow. Again, Twitter, everything is out there on the Twitter universe. If you're in Twitter land, YouTube land, we're scrolling. I see we're live there. Everything is hunky-dory. Super duper. Let's get to a recap of yesterday's action here. 3-3 in our college hoops in the video. 120-107 plus $5 baby dollars there. 4-3 in the premiums. NBA 27-29. I don't think we have anything yesterday in the NBA here in the chat. 20-26 with our hockey in the video plus 240. Bruins went down. I'm not shocked the Bruins go down there. It is what it is. That was a whatever. It happens. We'll take a loss. What are we going to do? Today's picks, not many of them. Not much on the card today. Siena. So again, the video 120-107 plus $5. Siena plus 5.5. Cleveland State minus 4.5. And as I said, we've had the Niners minus the 45.5, although it's gone up a bit. But those are what we have going on today. And I'll bring Tim in real fast for any NBA. If he's got any NBA for a Friday.
The Thunder.
Yeah.
I got the Thunder today. And I have my best bet in the Memphis-Minnesota game. I like the Thunder. That's kind of the only NBA play, that one and the other one that I really bet today. So nothing crazy going on. I will throw one thing out. I did at the end of my show. I grabbed Liquid in Counter-Strike. I know it's something a little off, but they're a North American-based team, and they just announced that the finals for the tournament they're playing in will take place in Washington, D.C. So it's a motivational spot because they get to go play in the United States for the first time pretty much since pre-pandemic. Right. So that's definitely a big thing to be able to play on their own home stage again. So definitely a big motivational spot for them. So I grabbed them to sweep around plus 150. Figure I'll throw that one out there as well. But for NBA, Oklahoma City.
There you go. And we got to give a little shout out to Cruisin' Chris. He had his Chris Paul lock over 8.5 assists. Never in doubt. 10 assists
easy.
He got there. He had I think he had like 4 or 5 in like the first half. I was like, no. I just checked. Again, when people throw out their kind of things here, win or lose, I'm gonna let you know how you did on them. Especially when you call it the old, it's a lock, it's a easy winner, it's a thank me in the morning play. I'm gonna come out. I got a great text from Anthony. I guess it was on Party Interruption with those cats yesterday about load management, and they were just ripping. I guess after the Denver game when everybody sat out, and they're like, I forgot who it was, the NBA guy. Who's that? Perkins, who was on the Thunder, the big guy with the beard. You know who I'm talking about, Tim? No. And he's like, these guys are going to go in for their next collective bargaining, and they're going to want all this money. And the owners could be like, no. You guys don't play marquee games on TNT and ESPN? Nah, we're not going to give you any kind of raise. Like, really? How the heck? Well, that's a NBA.
Then in a counterpoint, NBA do a better job scheduling. If you know
play twice a week.
Huh? No. They play 3 to 4 times a week. If you know that you're going to put the Nuggets and the Bucks on TNT, have neither of them play the day before.
I guess. Listen,
Do a better job scheduling then. If you know you're going to have a big marquee matchup,
Kobe
and
never
you're
took a
going to
day
go
off.
ahead and give them.
I'm not going to go back to my 80s and 90s guys, but I'll go. Kobe's somebody you kind of youngsters know.
Yeah.
I mean, that guy didn't take days off.
No.
You play 80 games a year, bro. Suit up. Especially now you're making, even the bums are making $17 million a year.
Yeah.
Come on.
But if the NBA...
And you expect people to go pay? You expect me to go pay for that? I'm not going to go pay for that. I wouldn't pay for it. I wasn't paying for it when I sort of liked NBA. I'm definitely not going to. How can you take a family there and be like, hopefully the guys play today? I mean, that's what you got to worry about. Like, who wants to buy season tickets other than the big corporations? Because they're the ones who could afford those things. How can you say, let's go to a game? It's bad enough going to like I go to enough baseball games. I don't mind hitting a matinee where I might have somebody sit out. It is what it is. I'm still going to get some players. It's baseball's different than NBA.
Yeah.
Come on. Stop it. All right. Okay. Who's ever comes up with the Thursday night NBA or Friday, because that's what they do. They have Thursday, Friday night. Now it's all about these games on TV because they're getting this money. You know what? I don't want to hear it. You're playing on TV those days. It is mandatory, or you're not getting paid. I don't even know how that would work. Because those guys are like, who cares? I don't care. I can take a $300,000 fine or whatever it is for my daily game.
Oh,
no one's getting refunds at the concession stand for $18 hot dogs and $15 beers and whatever else they got going on.
No, but I like to play devil's advocate sometimes. It's just like, if you don't like it, then maybe NBA working on your schedule a little bit better. But that's just
they started when September. Right now they start September basically.
October,
November, December, January, February, March, April. 7 months, and then they have playoffs. Right, 7 months to play 80 games.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. I'm no mathematician, rocket scientist.
You're not?
You can't play really 2 games a week. I don't understand. I mean, you're really playing 2 games a week, basically.
Yeah.
Sometimes you play 1 game a week.
No.
I know. I'm just saying. What do they want to play 1 game? They play 2 games a week of 70 games up until April. You know what? Start in September and play 2 games a week, you lazy sacks of crap. Really? 2 days a week? And you're complaining. I can't do it back to back. All right.
I don't know.
Let's just have a 30 game. Let's just start the season in December. Play 50 games, and then that's it. And instead of having 16 playoff teams, have 8, 4-4. That's it. Maybe these guys would show up.
Oh, maybe they'll figure it out in their next agreement thing.
Yeah. Just end college and NBA, please. I'm going to do a rundown of. I didn't even write down the time of Tim's NBA. Sorry, but I'll do some player props now for the NFL weekend. There'll be quite a few. Let's start out in the early game here. Philly San Fran. Anytime touchdowns, all courtesy of BetMGM. Although, listen, BetMGM, not like I'm getting a shirt or anything for them, but that's what I just used. Brown plus 140, Smith 175, Godare plus $2. So these are my 3 anytime touchdowns for Philadelphia. Now, you want to get a little crazy? You want to go Scott plus 550 for a big payday? I get it. You want to play safe and just think Hurts and Sanders 110, 120? I get it. Sure, I put out here just in case you're interested in it. They're plus monies. I totally understand people are going to come in with some other things for, and we'll talk about that more probably on Sunday. Debo plus 170, Kittle 190. I think McCaffrey was a minus money. I'm not doing that. And again, big shot. Juzic, whatever. Tim wants to come in and pronounce his name.
Kyle Juszczyk.
Kyle Juszczyk. Plus 1,100. Why? We'll take a shot at the fullback coming in. Plus $11. You want to get a little cray-cray? I get it. Some receiving and rush yards. So Gainwell Philly over 11.5 yards. Okay, the guy at 100 yards. Am I expecting him? No, but if he catches the ball 5 or 6 times, I think he can get 11 yards. I'm not sold on Hurts taking over. I mean, he's a little still banged up. You're going to have a back-to-back. And who's the other running back here? Simon, right? Or did I put Simon or Sanders? I think that's wrong. I messed up. No. Oh, it is what it is. He's 51.5. I probably messed up the names. Right? Tim, look that up real fast. Can you find that or no? Or you can't get to BetMGM from your
What are you looking for?
Is that right? Simon,
Simon?
kind of, yeah. I don't think it's Simon. I think it's supposed to be Sanders. I think I just messed up. I was trying to get all this done.
Philly running back?
Yeah, it had to be Sanders, right? I don't know why I put Miles. I was thinking
It's-
Miles Simon.
It's got to be Sanders.
Yeah, I was thinking Simon.
Yeah, it's Deion Sanders. He's coming back from his baseball career.
That's what happened. See, I'm like running around. I'm like Simon because his name's Miles, right? Miles Sanders.
Miles Sanders.
Yeah, I was thinking Miles Simon, the old.
And that was what, rushing yards?
Yes, 51.5. I'm pretty sure that's correct.
Yeah, there's no Simon. It's
it's a Sanders.
Sanders.
I just
Sanders.
messed up. It happens.
You're good.
It happened. Yeah, I'm looking at it right now. Sanders. I put Simon. Miles Simon. That's funny. That's funny. Hey, you know what? Oh, brother. Oh, I'll go to Twitter because I think I put it out. I think I tweeted that out already. It says Simon. Who's Simon? Sanders, not Simon. Anyway, all right, whatever. So we'll go to a little receiving action here with Doty 45.5 and Brown over 70.5. San Fran, Debo over 51.5. I forgot to add. I think I put it on the Twitter, but a Kittle over 45.5. Why didn't that save? Did I put under the wrong side? That should have been in here. I guess it didn't save when it went in. It happens. Kittle is a over 45.5. So I just put that in there. Sorry about that. What am I going to do? It is what it is. So there are those. Again, they'll be streaming. They're on Twitter. You could go back and listen on the recap on the pods. Cincy anytime touchdowns. Chase 105, Mixer 105, T plus 180. Again, these are also, Chase and Mixon, much like we talked about Hurts and Sanders at plus 110, 120. They're a little shorter. I put them up here for you. But for me, it's, T 180, Hurts 280, Boyd 310. This is where I'd look to kind of get a little payday from Cincy. KC, Kelsey, he's going to be the prime target, minus 110. And we could have went somewhere else, wide receiver. I was trying to find some plus. Schuster Scaling plus over $3 each of them. Kansas City, if this is going to be a shootout or if they're going to have any chance scoring, is Kelsey scoring all? I shouldn't say that. We've seen Kelsey score like 5 touchdowns a game or something like that. Like if he scores 3, sure. You want to do a prop with him, 2 or more touchdowns, I get it. But for $3, we'll take a little flyer on one of these other cats coming in to score a touchdown. Cincy receiving yards, Boyd over 33.5, Hurst 34.5, T over 58.5. Any one of these guys can pop this on one play, I think. I mean, I think the Hurst one, much like on the Philly Goderich receiving yards, I think the tight ends are the key here. Even Kelsey at 80 yards. I mean, this guy not catching 10 passes. Casey also got Gray in here and Tony. 2 other guys. Again, I got Scanlon and Schuster here for plus $3 on the TDs. Are we going to be shocked if one of these guys kind of catch something on a little 15-yard slant or something, just kind of almost getting the yards on one play like Gray or even, Tony, 2 catches, I think he could get this. So there's that. All right. Let's get into some comment time here. Let's go. Where are we here in the chat? All the way to the top. Who's the first one in? Michael, the San Francisco Treat. 4-0 night last night. Wonderful. Take that 4-0, baby. Scott's coming in here. St. Louis Davidson in college hoops. I like a little Billiken myself too. I'm a St. Louis guy. I like the Billikens. Sure, 1.5. Let's go. Let's go with that, Scott. I like it. Marcos, how are you today? Hit the like button for you, and for Tim, we appreciate it. And Marcos, right? You know what, Marcos? I'm going to run down every game for you right now because I know you're going to ask, and there's only a handful of them. So, let's go. St. Louis under, Siena over. Again, I don't know. These are my totals from last night, 140.5. I will do a little Detroit again. I don't know what the line is. Last night it was a 1. I would lean on. You know what? You want to do Morris here? Sure. Morris and the under, Cleveland State and the over. I will do some Marist and the 131. I got to go under that. Manhattan. We'll take the plus points Manhattan and the under as well. I will go North Dakota plus the points here and the over. I will just say over Kent State. I don't want to get involved on the side. I kind of like Oakland. I don't know why this line's so high. I guess it's that high. I guess I have to say Youngstown in the over. And New Mexico Air Force, I'm going to say we'll go New Mexico and go under the total. There you go, Marcos. Have a good day. Thanks for popping in. All games covered. Small card, kind of like Siena. Yep, I got Siena last night at a 6.5. I wish I had 7. You got a 7. That's crazy because when I did the picks this morning, it was 5.5 when I loaded them up at like around 9 o'clock. Interesting. All right, let's move along. Wow, there's a whole lot of comments here. My Cleveland State in the under. I got Cleveland State, yes. I like New Mexico 12, yes. St. Louis, yes. Free mind. How you been, my friend? Good to see you. As Kim's in half, Wagner are a bunch of bums because he had Wagner last night. Couldn't get it done there. Kim, I'm not even going to ask. Did you have it like in a 4-team, 5-team parlay and then would have been a huge payday? And then Wagner doesn't happen. Marcos, Blue Hens. Yes, Faves go down to Hampton. And I'm annoyed because I kind of like Delaware a little bit, but that Hampton and NCA&T, I kind of like those guys. They've taken a step up out of the small conference to a smaller mid-major. Again, keep betting those money line Faves. See how they work out laying 10. 11-10 lost to a 4 and a 12. It happens. Don't worry about those records, Marco. Stop. You got to stop looking and say, oh, the team's 4 and 12. Hampton goes out and for their first 10 games of the year, they go and get smoked so they could catch, $250,000 and $500,000 paychecks for their program. Come on. T-Money's in the house. Good to see T-Money. Chatted him on Twitter. He was busy the last couple of days. Good to see him back. Don't worry about the records on the teams, Marcos. How exactly do you cap people playing video games, says Michael. Mike.
It's all in the numbers. It's all numbers for me. I have my ways. It's the same thing as betting a baseball game.
Listen, I've had this conversation off air with him. I'm like, I just get I don't know.
It's the same thing as capping a basketball game. You just have your ways of looking at numbers.
But I like the angle. I like that you're going to play home here in the States and get, that's a good spot for them.
They're trying to be able to, if they win this one, they get to play at home next in the finals. So,
yeah. T-Money, a little St. Louis action tonight. Yes. Here we go. Draymond Green, 10 rebounds at 125 over 6 assists. A little juicy. Should guess easy unless he gets ejected. I don't want to Draymond. No, thank you. NBA player props. Didn't you just hear my little NBA rant, T-Money? Marcus, I don't have any questions to ask you today. Very small card. Only like 10 games. I just went through them. I went through them all for you. Miz coming, Youngstown. Like I said, I sort of like the points there. I'm like, man, 9-10 points, but it's one of those where I think they're begging you to take it with the Grizzle. I'm going to have to lean with the Penguins. Cleveland State, yes. New Mexico, yes. Under. Cleveland State under. I agree. David, 100% correct. He agrees with me. I appreciate the great man. I mean, it's just come on. It's ridiculous NBA. 3 years essay, we lost Kobe and Gigi. Seems like only a year ago. Yeah, listen. I saw. All right, so I made the crazy joke yesterday about the Steph Curry DNA. So my daughter, again, my wife watches these crazy shows, and they're going to get their haircut. They come home with their haircuts. I can't even tell they got their haircut. I mean, and she's like, "Yeah, it's kind of like that show that the mom was watching where they donated the hair, and then it was at a crime scene." My daughter's 12. I told my wife, I said, "Can you stop watching this crazy crap with our 12-year-old? I mean, put on some flat Earth stuff if you want to drop some kind of conspiracy. Put on something with Bigfoot, zombies. I don't know. Come on, just watch this true crime." Team Money, NBA is going short of the season. I don't think that'll solve anything long term. Now it's going short of the season. What? Guys still take off? Guys still take off. Again. Freaking babies. Marcus, New Mexico minus a 12. I kind of lean to Mexico. Yeah, I do. We just went through all these. I'm not going through them all. I just said them all for you. Reynolds, I agree with Higgs. These players getting too comfortable, taking time off. It's a joke. Dude, how do you go? Man, if my kid wants to go to a game and you're spending $140 on a jersey, the tickets are whatever the heck they cost. You go there and these guys are all out. It's not even this one. It's like, you know what? We're all taking a day off today. No, thank you. No, thank you. No, thank you. NBA stinks nowadays. Miss the old 90s, those scoring funny days. Yeah, I mean, these guys, and you could joke with everyone. They weren't good players back in the 80s. John Stockton stinks or whatever. Larry Bird's an average player. Bro, these cats played all the time. They brawled. They let them play. They hated each other. They weren't making let's go make a dream team because I'm going to try to win a champion. No, you stayed and you tried to win. And you played all the time. Take a day off. Take out of here. David, Bucks minus 7. Let's pull up some no betting allowed baby league. The National Baby Association. Bucks minus 7 over the Pacers. Sure, Pacers are a hot mess. I get it. You want to lay? It's actually, I see. Are these 8 cents? Has this line gone up? Ryder Marist over. I'm going to say under. North Dakota, I like the dog. And I like the dog there, so I'd go over that total. Maurice is in the house. Good afternoon. I'm on Detroit Mercy plus the 3 against Morris. I kind of like it. Right, I went through these. I don't know how to feel about Kent State tonight. Yeah, I mean, it's a big number. I mean, I bet 2 games. I ran them all down for Marcos. Oakland plus 8. Is this easy? Or NZ? What is that? Tyreek's in the house. Top of the morning, fella. Good to see you. Miz taking a San Fran team total under and Purdy under props. I think, yeah. It's going to be a low-scoring game. I mean, I've been saying the under there since the line's open, so I'm not changing. Oakland's 8 and a hook versus Youngstown. I get it. That line just looks high to me, Marco. Markel's in the house. Good morning or good afternoon. Thoughts on St. Louis Davidson 2-point spread total? Marcos, we did them all already. I said St. Louis. T-Money. Ryan Donato to score a goal at plus 350. Timo Mayer to score for San Jose night plus 162. I couldn't help myself. These odds versus how often they hit can make a Friday. Lean Cavaliers, but not touching it against OKC. Again, here's one of those spots you see OKC from a dog to a fave. We got sit out guys for Cleveland. What's up with that game? No, thank you. And for the ice, hey, plus 350, plus 162. I'm not going to say no to plus money. I mean, I got nothing on the ice. I don't really like the ice tonight. Here we go. Detroit, we gone through them all, Marcos. We're not doing it. I'm going to go big on Kelsey and Chase anytime touchdowns. I agree with those two. And listen, you got 2 guys. Chase is what was he? A 105? Kelsey 110. two guys who should get the ball. I mean, why wouldn't you? Why wouldn't you, Demond? No, Marcos. I did them all already. I'm thinking Mahomes and Burrow to score a TD and maybe a Kelsey to score 2. I don't know if each of them to score a TD. You think both of them rush in? I mean, what are you expecting? 60 points in this game? Kelsey to score 2 TDs might be the way to go. You know, I mean, I know he's minus 110, but you probably get a plus $2 him to score 2 or more. Elliot's in the house. How are you? Good to see you, Mr. Elliott. Kraken money line. He's gonna take a little Kraken against the Flames. I was gonna make a Ricky Flame joke. Spaghetti tacos. I don't know how many people are gonna get that one. All right, I guess you want to do Kraken. I'm not gonna. They're playing well. Sure, we can do that. Just scanning the hockey, and nothing really jumps for me on the hockey. Richie P hitting a like button. I appreciate it, Richie. Good to see you. Dave is in the house. Maris played last time and scored 148. That's all right. Scored 148, and this one's a 130. Give me the under. Jesse Shule. The mule Jesse Shule is what Ross Bedrick called him. Manchester City minus 138 versus Arsenal. Starts at 3 o'clock. What's the FA? Is that what is that? What is the FA Cup? Jesse likes some interception props today.
That's the kick the ball sport. I wanna just put a EPL game up on the site just to try to win it, so I'm up on the leaderboards for no reason. Just all of a sudden, Earl Sports Bets 1-0. They did soccer?
Yeah.
You know what? Screw it. I'm putting that up. Let's do this.
Elliot didn't hit the like button. That's all right, Elliot. I don't mind. Elliot, baseball right around the corner. Good morning. I hit a 7-unit parlay 4-teamer. There you go, Nathan. Take it. Elliot, now he hit the like button.
Never mind. I can't put it up there. It's no longer available.
J Money coming in. Do you think Detroit will win today versus Ron Morris? I kind of like. This is like a toss-up. I mean, if you like Detroit, J Money, you can bet it. This is not a game I want to bet today. Siena and Cleveland, 2 games I bet today. That is it. That is all. Thanks for the rundown already. I asked you the questions, but I'm still here till the end of the show. I saw there was only 10, and I'm like, you know what? Let me run them all down for Marcos. T-Money, best bets. Joe Burrow, anytime TD. Plus a nickel, huh? $5, $5, 5 honeys? Sure. Mahomes is $8. Ridiculous. Mahomes, it's $8 for a reason, because is that guy really going to be taken off? Is it fake? His injury is fake? Siena best player could be out. I'm not touching it. Iona's in the team we think. Yeah. The Iona has struggled a little bit. Maybe I guess the line is that high because of the Siena guy out. I told Tooch Siena's to play until I heard about the injury. Yeah. If he's out, I guess that is I'm not guessing. I know that would be a loss for them. Let's see what it says here. It's tough getting good info on college basketball injuries. So always tricky. It is always tricky. You got to look at even because they don't have like beat writers from some of these smaller schools. McCollum, questionable. He went out last game. Yep. We'll see what happens. What can you do? Too late. It's too late. Markel says Manhattan plus the 6 versus Niagara. Sure. Tony Plus in the house. Good morning. Sean Miller coming NBA Soft. It's a joke. I come in and crush NBA players. The whole load management nonsense. And yeah, I grew up with, the greats. I grew, Jordan, Barkley, Bird, Magic, Ewing. I mean, guys who played all the time. Come I know you ran them all down, Higgs. My question was already asked by the time you got the comments. I know, Marcos. I'm just busted on you. It's just there came up. I'm like, I know, I'm behind on all the comments. So, Tony Plus, what do you think about the Davidson total? I like St. Louis here. I mean, I guess we can go. I don't even. This is like a coin flip for me, sidewise. I got no side on this one. Showing too much money involved. These players are investments on NBA game, and it's all about the money. Yeah, I get it. It's like, oh, you gotta, But on the same token, you're paying somebody $30 million. You want them to show up. I mean, what? How aren't you playing on the TV game where you're literally getting a $1 billion contract from whatever network to play games, and your best guys don't play? 0 cents. Bucks first half over the lowly Pacers. I'm not sure. Pacers they're definitely not the same team they were without Halliburton. Markel, Tim, is Nick on the Leafs -1.5 and a Kraken money line? We know Elliot likes.
I'm on the Leafs. I'm on the Leafs. We're on Calgary. We're on Calgary today. It's a weird spot. It's a pick 'em one between Calgary and Kraken. Kraken are coming off a nice 6-1 win. The last thing we saw the Flames do was last night they lost 5-1 to Chicago.
It's a $4 fave. They're $4 fave last night,
and they lost by a lot. So we're on Calgary today.
James is in the house. I love the James photo with the dog. Eric, my neighbor was on an episode of True Crime. Has your daughter, if she saw the one about the dude who got out of prison after his prison mate had cigarettes butt DNA tested to get him released? I don't know if she's seen that one. It's more sometimes she comes down, my wife will have on that kind of stuff. I don't know. I'm all about I like the house flipping, the home, the homestead rescue, my lottery. I don't know. I enjoy those kind of things. My wife's, maybe I should sleep with one eye open. T-Money. It's a +500 for Kelsey to get 2 TDs. I can't say no. Maybe Mixon getting 2, a +550. I'm feeling the run game. Maybe I'm playing this game. Could be right. You got a banged up offensive line for Cincy. You got a quarterback issue for KC. Run the ball. I mean, the Kelsey $5 for 2 TDs. I think is definitely worth a shot. And Mixon 550. Why not? I mean, you have a dynamic offense where you can get a big pass, right? A big pass play, and you're on 3-2. The guy gets knocked out. He didn't fall in, and all of a sudden, here comes Mixon for the vulture touchdowns, right? I mean, anytime +5 with a guy who could score, sure, I get it. Eric, neighbor paid out $7 million for being wrongly accused of rape. Yeesh, $7 million. It's not even worth it. Maybe more than that. It's horrible. Thoughts on Oakland? I kind of like Oakland. This was a 10 spot last night. It's come down, and I thought about taking Oakland, and then my thought was, why is this 10? We had Oakland the other day. It's just, I don't know. Nathan, Chelsea, what is this? What's football? What are we talking? Soccer here? Come on. Where's Jesse? Jesse, come back. Where the heck is Ray Reddington? T-Lo, New Mexico over 77 team total or 12.5.
Raymond Reddington is alive.
All right.
Because I saw him in the Ice Guys chat the other day.
All right.
So he's alive.
All right. New Mexico over 77 or 12. I'm going to say 12.5 here, I guess. I like New Mexico. 77 is a big number, so you basically need an 80 spot here with a 140 total. I mean, is this game's going to be 80-60? Lay it. Ninjas in the house. I own a Siena over the 140. Well, I like Siena, and I would have said over here, but now a possibility of their 16 point per game score being out. It changes my thought process here. Markel's like, wow, yeah, crazy story. Crazy, crazy, crazy. Lane's in the house. Stopping by. Hit the like button for you. Appreciate it, Lane. Thank you. Rewind the chat. Yeah, it just, you know what? If you go, when it's loaded up, if you watch it on the, whatever, now it'll be right in the comment section, right out of the gate. So it'll be around the 8:40 mark, like 8:50, maybe 9 minutes, the total rundown. Jesse says, good luck, Tim. That game not available Picks and parlays. Yeah, not up. T-Money, he may QB sneak. I'm not told he's hurt as we think, but with the NFL, nothing surprise. I mean, all I know is when Mahomes was kind of banged up last time in the Super Bowl, he against Tampa. Do you remember that? He was kind of gimping around back there. So who knows? You don't know. That's the thing. We'll know Sunday at like 3:30. Jesse says CT doesn't care about soccer. Not much soccer on the PNP network. Pounded McCollum back injury, played 9 minutes last game. He's at Jordan. Yeah, he's got 16 points a game. Anthony. Shaking my head, Eric Markel, about that crazy story. Yeah, I know what you're talking about. Tony plus NBA soft. They need to go after Draymond Green in the beginning of the game. Send a message. He's another guy. Like, I mean, at least I kind of like Draymond because he'd be a guy who would probably last in the 80s and 90s. Physical, you know. But today the guy is, terrible. The whole league's terrible. Can't say that. Lane, I don't really like today's betting slate. There's a lot of lines that make 50. And you know what, Lane? Again, for me, Siena, Cleveland's what I got today. I got how many games I got tomorrow? 200? I print out the rotation. It's 4 pages off of KenPom. It's ridiculous. Corey Jones checking in, leaning towards OKC against the Cavaliers, huh? I don't know about this game. This is an odd one. They were a dog. Now they're a favorite. Who's out for Cleveland? No, thank you. How about we just go to the Staple Miami under? We can do that one. Nathan, I took the Grizzle plus 10.5. I think they lose a cover. Yeah, 10.5 is a good number because I saw 8s out here now from a 10 from last night. North Dakota, T-Low, under, they don't score. I get it, but I kind of like North Dakota, so if I think they're going to be in at the cover, I got to think the game goes over because they're going to score some points. That's why I like the over in that one. Brio, Moneyman Higgs, what's up? T-Low, Magic plus the 8. Sure, I'm never going to say no to Magic plus money because Miami, low-scoring team, and they could easily not show up tonight. This line could be 8, and then by the time it's 10 minutes before tip, you got guys rested. All right, let's do another quick rundown here for those popping in and re-listening. Siena and Cleveland State. Siena plus 5.5, Cleveland State minus 4.5. Again, sometimes guys sit out. We don't know this when I put these games up. I bet these games the night before. I put them in the chat this morning. It is what it is. Plenty of player prop action. We'll get to it. Anytime touchdowns. Brown 140, Smith 175, Goddard plus $2, Debo plus 170, Kittle plus 190. A couple others. I'm not going to run them all down because they're just kind of things we want to take some shots on. Philly over rush yards for Sanders and Gainwell, 11.5 and 51.5 respectively. Goddard over receiving yards, 45.5. Brown, 70.5. San Fran, Debo over 51.5 and a Kittle 45.5. I was looking for a Debo rush prop. They were none posted at BetMGM or the Will Hill yet. Cincy anytime touchdowns, Chase and Mixon again. Short numbers there, but I'm looking for the big paydays on T, Hurst, and Boyd. 180, 280, 310. Kelsey 110. We see the 2 touchdown one was, I think, was that a $5 team when he said him to score 2 touchdowns was plus $5? Schuster 310, Scaling 333. Receiving yards, Boyd over 33.5, Hurst 34.5. I gotta love those two because I think they could do that on just one play. T. Higgins 58.5. KC Gray 12.5, Tony 35.5, Kelsey 70.5. Again with this, Kelsey I think and Goddard would be my 2 faves if I'm really going to go heavy on somebody going over totals. The tight ends, I mean, they just get lost in the mix sometimes. And Kelsey's great. And Goddard's pretty good himself. And plus, you got some other wide receivers there. He could get lost over the middle. We saw Schultz put up some numbers there versus defense. Why not go day? It's my French. Let's roll down here in the chat. Why is my little Epic Games banner popping up? Free now. See what's free this week at Epic Games. That's it. No new comments in here. Super. Listen, no show tomorrow. I know you'll miss me. It is what it is. My dad's birthday. Got to do some things. All right. You never know. Dads get old. He's got to hang out do a couple things before. Big waves coming in. Iona and Buffalo. Well, I like Siena, but if we're losing our top scorer, it will be difficult for sure. And this isn't like the NBA fading injury reports. It's not like you have a guy looking to get paid down the road. You have go from a 3-star to a 1-star to fill in the blocks here. Buffalo +10. I'm not going to hate on Buffalo. I mean, I kind of like Kent State. We said this before. I like the Golden Flashes over there. But Marcos, good show. Thanks for everything. I'll see everybody on a Sunday. Sunday.